Hello, my name is Emanuel, and I'm going to present you the paper InsTime, a case study on the co-design of interactive installations on deep time. Me and my co-authors, Yusseli, Mendoza, and Cecília Baranauskas, are from the University of Campinas, Brazil. Starting with a little context, in human-computer interaction, we often face changing landscapes. New technologies such as microcontrollers, sensors, and actuators, alongside new practices such as making and digital fabrication, can change our very understanding of what is an interactive system, as well as how we design such systems. Keeping these changing landscapes in mind, in this paper we investigate what kind of artifacts and design attitudes can emerge in the design of interactive installations. The interactive installations feature in this paper somehow explore the concept of deep time. Deep time is the time frame of the age of Earth. It's a very huge time frame and it involves an order of magnitude that we are often not used to deal with in our daily lives. To put it into perspective, if the age of Earth was represented in a 12-hour clock, we humans have existed only for the last 19 seconds. So, this is a very rich and relevant theme to be explored in interactive installations, and these concepts can be communicated and experienced in many ways. Our research has three different backgrounds. First is the idea of speculative design from authors Dunn and Reb. It is proposed as an alternative to how design is usually understood. The second is the theory of embodied cognition, which is the notion that our physical body is actually part of how we think. It's an inseparable part of how we think. And the third background is philosophy of science, which means how science is formulated and conducted. Now, turning our focus to the InsTime case study. It was conducted with 45 computer science and computer engineering students who co-designed 9 interactive installations on deep time. The study took place in an HCI undergraduate discipline at the University of Campinas, Brazil, and it happened in the first semester of 2018. In this short video, I won't be able to talk about all the 9 interactive installations. I'm going to show you only one of them, but keep in mind that details about all of them can be found in the paper published in the conference proceedings. The installation that I'm showing here is named Chronobit. It is composed by 2 drums made of recyclable tin cans, and these drums have a sound sensor inside them, and they are connected to a computer who displays some information. You can notice that each drum has a different label. One is labeled nature and the other is labeled humanity. The interaction consists of selecting a natural phenomenon to be observed, such as the erosion of a coastline, and as you hit the drum, you animate this natural phenomena. You actually see the erosion taking place over the course of many years. But there is a catch. If you hit the nature drum, the erosion will happen very slowly, as it usually happens in nature. But if you hit humanity, the process will drastically accelerate to represent how we, humans, have a strong impact on some natural processes. We analyzed the interactive installations from InsTime and their design with 5 paradigmatic dimensions that we derive from philosophy of science. These dimensions are paradigm, which is the overall design stance, which is summarized by the following dimensions. Ontology, which represents a view of reality, for instance, objective or subjective, that situates the design. Epistemology, which is concerned with the source of knowledge in design. Axiology and rhetoric, which deals with design values and how they are presented. And methodology, which concerns the selection of design methods and processes. Starting our analysis from Dunn and Reb's A or B list, which compares traditional design with speculative design, our first contribution here is to frame our 5 paradigmatic dimensions as categories to be considered in this list. And considering how the kind of design that we saw in the InsTime project could not fit in either A or B columns, we ended up proposing a third column that we named Socioenactive design. Now, first, to explain the term socioenactive design, it comes from how we observed that a lot of the aspects in this column are related to the concept of socially aware design, such as problem clarification, participation, and co-design, and a lot of other aspects are related to the concept of enaction from the embodied cognition theory, such as emerging, enact, coupling, and act and experience. To keep this video short, I won't be able to cover all the details about all the aspects and how they come from our observations of the InsTime project, but to give a few examples, in social and active design, problems are not exclusively solved or found, but are actually clarified. Value is not centered on ergonomics nor rhetoric, but actually on experience. And knowledge is not in the process nor in the authorship, but rather in co-authorship. Now, to conclude this presentation, first, I would like to highlight how an open team, such as DeepTime, can provide creative freedom to create experiences instead of focusing only on solving problems. Second, we can argue that pervasive technologies support more embodied ways of both designing and interacting with computer technology. Third, the social and active design that we propose in this paper has an equal emphasis on embodied interaction and social awareness. With this, I conclude my presentation. I would like to thank you for watching. If you have further questions, please feel free to send me an email.